Former scientist and ex-president of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam once said, "If a country is to become a nation of beautiful minds, there are three key societal members who can make a difference. They are the father, the mother, and the teacher." And how true that is. The leader of the Thundercats, Lioness, had the best manifestations of all these three things in his life in the form of his parents, Claudius and Leona. But he comes from an ancient lineage of brave warriors, which started from Leo, the one who led to the creation of the mighty Sword of Omens. But Lioness' life is also shaped by his adoptive sibling and fellow warrior, Tigra. In the end, it was these people who made Lioness who he became. So in this video, we will explore the 5 closest family members of Lioness, including a long-lost sister that many don't know about. So without further ado, let's begin. Now just before we go into our video, we have a small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. So thank you. Now let's begin. Number 1. Leo, Lioness' ancient ancestor. Leo, the venerable forefather of the mighty Claudius and his son Lioness, was probably the first ever lord of the Thundercats. Without him, there would have been no Thundercat legacy on Third Earth, and of course, the Thunder-Iranian Empire would not have been founded. In the bygone era, when Mum-Ra's dominion held sway over all animal species, Leo assumed the mantle of Mum-Ra's army commander and trusted confidant. Yes, the ancestor of the Thundercats actually served Mum-Ra as a humble servant. His unwavering loyalty rested in the belief that Mum-Ra was an agent of cosmic order, and there was nearly nothing that could make Leo stand against his lord. Nonetheless, Leo's convictions were profoundly shaken when he bore witness to Mum-Ra's ruthless obliteration of the sun of the Plundar galaxy, an act that culled 3 thriving planets to forge the Sword of Plundar. Leo understood that Mum-Ra was nothing but evil and decided to stop Mum-Ra at all costs. Driven by newfound clarity, Leo joined forces with Panthera, another ancient Thundercat, and the two of them embarked on a perilous quest to topple Mum-Ra's reign of tyranny, death, and destruction. Recognizing the imminent threat posed by the Sword of Plundar's overwhelming power, Leo devised a strategy to create a counterforce, because to fight monsters, you need monsters. His first task was to retrieve the remnants of the Plundar ore, also called the Blood of the Star. He convinced the ore cleaner rats to deliver these fragments to him, purportedly under Mum-Ra's orders. Leo then went to the Puma blacksmith, who had previously forged the Sword of Plundar, to craft a new weapon using the salvaged Plundar ore. Of course, he pretended to still be serving Mum-Ra, but secretly managed to bring the mighty Sword of Omens to life. Simultaneously, as Mum-Ra invaded the planet that housed the coveted War Stone, Leo and Panthera carried on with their own covert operation. They successfully seized the Sword and Gauntlet of Omens. Wresting the War Stone from Captain Tigus, who could be an ancestor of Tigra, they combined it with the newly forged Sword of Omens. The War Stone found its place as the Eye of Thundera. Armed with the Sword of Omens and the Eye of Thundera, Leo and Panthera confronted Mum-Ra, setting in motion their audacious coup that was aimed to liberate the enslaved creatures under Mum-Ra's tyrannical rule. A fierce battle took place between the Protector of Good and the Harbinger of Evil, ultimately pitting the Sword of Omens against the Sword of Plundar. The battle ended with Mum-Ra's defeat, and later the freed beasts came to Third Earth, where new civilizations came into existence. Leo had a lean physique and lengthy hair, and appeared older than Lioness when he assumed leadership in the battle against Mum-Ra. His attire featured blue-grey armor adorned with the prominent Thundarian red emblem at its center. At times he donned golden armor after activating the claw shield. In combat, Leo exhibited exceptional prowess, mirroring Lioness in many ways. While he shared similarities with Lioness, he displayed more composed temperaments, though not devoid of moments of fiery determination. His relationship with Panthera also hinted at a deeper connection. Leo's bravery on the battlefield was complemented by his genuine care for the animals within his sphere of influence. All in all, he was a good and responsible leader, making him perfect for being the ancestor of guys like Lioness. Number 2. Claudus, Lioness' father. Claudus, the penultimate leader of the Thundercats and father of Lioness, governed Thundera with unwavering resolve and equally strong commitment. He was what you call a just leader, someone who went beyond the notions of bias and greed. However, a turning point in Claudus' life came when he found his city to be under a faced siege. Additionally, one of his best friends had been captured by Mumra, who wanted the Sword of Omens in exchange for the friend. Claudus grappled with the decision of surrendering the Sword of Omens in exchange for his comrade Panthro. However, Lioness' timely intervention spared him from this harrowing choice. But Panthro was to Claudus what Brutus was to Caesar. In reality, he was actually Mumra in Panthro's disguise, who had previously fallen in battle. Mumra stabbed Panthro in the back, killing him, but Claudus, in his dying moments, praised the things that Lioness and Tigra, his brother, had done. Following Claudus's passing, a solemn funeral was held, with Lioness, Tigra, and Chitara honouring him by marking the Thundercat symbol on a statue. In a flashback, it was revealed that both Panthro and Groom had served alongside Claudus during a past conflict. Claudus was a towering figure and a true monarch, and bears a striking resemblance to his son Lioness, albeit Claudus was obviously much larger in physique. He boasts above average height, muscle mass and broad shoulders, and is also always dressed in blue-grey armour akin to Lioness. You can see a prominent horizontal on his nose, accompanied by a voluminous red mane like that of Groon's. In terms of leadership, Claudus stands as a powerful and unyielding ruler who values tradition and strength. His reign is marked by an unwavering pursuit of justice and a stern stance against foes, with little room for mercy, even when it involves other species. As a father, Claudus displayed favoritism towards his adopted son, Tigra, openly expressing a preference for Tigra's qualities over Lioness, but it's not necessarily ill-willed. He just sees Lioness as someone who hasn't completely understood what it means to be king, but that changes by the end. Claudus also disapproves of Lioness' interest in technology and his compassion towards animals of different species, which Claudus sometimes perceives as a weakness. However, he eventually recognizes the wisdom in Lioness' call for compassion and equality among all creatures. Number 3, Leona, Lioness' mother. The Queen of Thundera ruled alongside her husband, Claudus, as a beloved monarch. Her heart was open and her kindness evident in her actions. She wholeheartedly embraced Tigra as a cherished blessing, welcoming him into her home and granting him the title of Prince of Thundera. However, with Lioness' birth, the dynamic within their family shifted, and she could no longer refer to Tigra as her handsome little prince. Tragically, her life was cut short, likely due to complications arising from Lioness' birth. The Queen's character shines through as one of immense kindness, marked by her loving adoption of the infant Tigra. Her faith was unwavering, viewing both Tigra and Lioness' arrivals as blessings despite the circumstances of her passing. She carried sadness for being unable to conceive initially, but held herself accountable for this. Her compassion extended to helping an orphaned baby tiger, a trait that had profoundly influenced Lioness, shaping his sympathetic and charitable nature. In many ways, she epitomized the essence of motherhood. The Queen of Thundera possessed a slender and graceful figure, which was in contrast to her husband Claudus's imposing presence. Her face radiated kindness, bearing a resemblance to her biological son, Lioness. She often adorned herself in simple yet elegant white dresses, complemented by a red diamond tiara. Her relationship with Tigra was exceptionally close and profound. Having found the infant Tigra in a drifting hot air balloon headed for Thundera, she and Claudus embraced him as their own son, fulfilling their longing for a child. She cherished Tigra dearly, envisioning a future where he would ascend to the throne. However, that joy was tinged with sorrow upon learning of her pregnancy with Lioness. She experienced the heartache of realizing that Tigra, despite her love for him, couldn't inherit the throne due to not being of royal blood. This loss may have played a role in Tigra's sibling rivalry and mild resentment towards Lioness. 4. Tigra, Lioness' adoptive brother. Tigra, the older sibling of Lioness, was originally born into the Tiger clan, led by his father, Javan. The Tiger clan had been exiled to the mountains due to their unwavering loyalty to Mumra. Tragically, when a devastating plague struck the clan, the ancient spirits of evil demanded the infant Tigra's sacrifice. However, his father, Javan, unable to carry out this horrific act, chose to save his son's life. He placed Tigra in a hot air balloon which fatefully landed in the hands of Claudus and the Queen of Thundera. They welcomed Tigra into their home and hearts, adopting him as their own. Tigra's arrival at the royal household elevated his status to that of the crown prince of Thundera, poised to inherit the throne from Clodus. However, the dynamics within the royal family took a significant turn with the birth of Lioness, Clodus and the queen's biological son. Lioness's birth altered the succession plan, as he was now the rightful heir to the throne, causing deep disappointment and resentment in Tigra. This sibling rivalry persisted into their adulthood, further fueled by Tigra's blame on Lioness for their mother's tragic demise during childbirth. Tigra consistently sought to outshine and undermine Lioness, creating a strained relationship filled with mutual resentment. This tension escalated when Lioness developed romantic feelings for Chitara, a woman whom Tigra had cherished since childhood. Despite their apparent animosity, a strong underlying bond between the brothers occasionally prompted Tigra to support and aid Lioness in times of need. In contrast to Lioness's empathetic and inclusive perspective towards other species, Tigra had strong xenophobic beliefs. Like his father, Clodus, Tigra initially dismissed the existence of technology as a mere myth until the events of the siege of Thundera challenged his convictions. Tigra's journey led him to a poignant reunion with his birth father, Javan, during a sojourn in the mountains. Although initially harboring anger towards Javan for abandoning him, Tigra eventually chose forgiveness over pride. This decision broke the curse afflicting the Tiger clan, allowing their souls to find peace in the afterlife. Tigra consistently supports Lioness when he stands up against injustice, as seen in his defense of the Thundercats' mistreatment of the lizards. He also has a sympathetic nature towards the Thunder Kittens and encourages Lioness to welcome Wily Kit and Wily Cat into their group.
Anyway, I'm Lioness.
Number 5. Lioness, long-lost sister. Lioness, initially a fugitive, crossed paths with the Thundercats when she emerged from a crashed vehicle. She had impressive combat skills and defeated 2 pursuing robots with little to no effort. Claiming to hail from the south side of Thundera and being away on errands during Thundera's destruction, she befriended the Thundercats, forming a particularly close bond with Lioness. Throughout the day, Lioness and Lioness found themselves pulling playful pranks on the mutants and Mumra. Lioness even entrusted her with a spare key to the weapons room where the Sword of Omens was kept. However, their interactions took a turn when Mandora contacted the Thundercats, revealing that Lioness was a fugitive on the run. Lioness later realized that Lioness had used the key to take the Sword of Omens. To apprehend her, he locked the other Thundercats in the weapons room and went on a search. During their confrontation, Lioness saved Lioness from a dangerous fall, admitting to stealing the sword but expressing her enjoyment of their time together. As the Thundercats arrived on the scene, Lioness summoned the Sword of Omens back to his hand, unintentionally pulling Lioness's flying car along with it. The car was dragged back to Third Earth, crashing on impact, and the sword returned to Lioness. While Tigra intended to detain Lioness intervened, allowing her to escape. Unbeknownst to both Lioness and Lioness, a family photo later revealed that they were siblings. Marvellous verdict. So you see, Lioness's character and personality have very much been shaped by those around him, especially figures like his parents and Tigra. From the steadfast guidance of his father, Clodus, to the complex rivalry with his elder brother Tigra, Lioness's upbringing and relationships have played pivotal roles in moulding him into the noble leader he becomes. Through trials, tribulations and triumphs, Lioness's family remains an integral part of his identity, reinforcing the Thundercats' enduring message of unity, strength and the enduring power of family bonds. As he leads his team with unwavering resolve, Lioness's past and present family ties continue to shape the destiny of Third Earth, offering a profound testament to the enduring legacy of the Thundercats. But for now, it seems that Lioness's immediate family comprises his friends, alongside whom he fights Mumra. Although they aren't blood related to him, Lioness knows how important each and every one of them is to him. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't done so already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.